Hello, and this week I'll be painting a border collie in acrylic. I'm using this acrylic pad, which has a canvas texture, which I've taped onto a spare bit of cardboard. I've rubbed charcoal on the back of the reference image, and then I tape it onto my board. With a red pen, I go over all the main areas of the photograph. I've used fixative to make sure the charcoal stays in place, or you can use hairspray instead. For the background, I'm using Ultramarine Blue, Sap Green, Cadmium Yellow Pale Hue and Titanium White. I'm using quite a large flat brush in various different mixes, wet onto wet. I use a hairdryer to dry it before adding another layer. I'm adding Cadmium Yellow Deep to my palette and a large round brush so that I can make the circles. And then I use a smaller brush to continue layering and creating different mixes to add variety. I dry it again. For the dog, I am using a mixture of Mars Black, Ultramarine Blue, Titanium White and Burnt Umber. I use a little bit of Burnt Umber on the inner ears, and I'm using a flat brush in the direction of the fur, a little bit of black and blue and sometimes just the black. And then for the areas that will eventually be white, I'm using more of a blue in the mix. It does look a little bit funny at the moment. For the eyes, I'm using Cadmium Red Hue, Cadmium Yellow Pale Hue, and Yellow Ochre. I'm overlapping the background into the fur so that later on when I create more layers it blends in. I've created a blue-grey tone and starting to get some of the fur texture in. I'm using a smaller flat brush for this. I'm using a small filbert for the eyes. I'm using permanent Alizarin Crimson with some burnt umber and some white, and a little bit of ultramarine blue for the shaded areas. And then I'm going to leave the space for the teeth. And this is day 2. I add a little bit more burnt umber to the ears. And then I create a yellow mix by using the Cadmium Yellow Pale and the Windsor Violet with lots of white. And because it's August and it's very warm, I decided to use some Retarder, which slows down the drying time of my paint, which allows me to create more of a wet on wet technique. For the nose and the patination on the forehead, I've created a blue-grey tone. I'm using a filbert brush for the fur. I'm using a blue-grey mix for the dark fur. I'm using burnt sienna for the eyes. Later on in the day, I took a look at my picture and decided it needed to be wider at the side. I use a detail brush for the whiskers. And back to my filbert brush for the eyes. For the reflections, I'm using a mix of titanium white and zinc white with a little bit of ultramarine blue and a little bit of burnt umber. And here he is. Please like and subscribe for weekly painting demonstrations. Thank you for watching.